Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. How's it going, y'all? Another day, another dev cycle. I got nothing to really intro today. I think we're just going to dive in. I worked on this a bit last night. We were having some issues with vertical tile overlapping and some consequences that was having. I think I've got that mostly sorted, so we can move on to another aspect of the auto tiler. I know we've been auto tiling nonstop for feels like months. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I want to simplify it a bit. I want to clean it up before we move on. Hey, Diginanigans. How's it going? So now when we do this, yesterday we were having a bunch of issues, not really with this part of the auto tiler, but really with the selection overlay. So the selection overlay was just being weird, but now it behaves pretty correctly. Now there's something else we need to work on. Well, there's a couple things. One, there's still this, which I didn't notice yesterday, which is that there's a very specific situation where the deck hides itself here. And what we need to do, so that part is correct, I think. What we need to do... Oh, interesting that the selection does it, but not the regular. So we need something to get this floor piece here in the corner to put the outline on the side. So it basically needs to say... Huh. Not 100% sure on what it needs to say, but we'll figure it out. Shenanigans, it's going good. You're just having some lunch, working on turning your tile tool into a Godot plugin. Yeah, I enjoyed reading about the journey that whole process has been. There's a little bit of like see-through-itude is behaving a little weirdly here, but I think it's okay. Not 100% sure how I would resolve that. I wonder if that's a Z-indexing thing or if it's just because it's semi-transparent. It could be a semi-transparency thing. All right, so we need to update. So it's weird that the selection works fine. So we need to evaluate the mask, or what we're doing when the mask is not equal to null. Is that, in that case, this seems to be behaving correctly, but when it's not, you can see there's like bleed through because it's not setting the, it's erroneously setting the outline. We needed to basically ask if this has been, or if the level above it is being cut away, I think. Well, I don't know. There's probably an easier way to ask that. What we really need to do... We really need to see whether or not the floor piece to our next to us is being rendered or not. That's kind of hard to see, depending on how we're doing it. We probably just need to ask this. Ask the cutaway. So we want to say something like, well, here we're saying, oh, all we're checking to see if the material is the same. Well, we really need to check something else. It's this or statement, I think. This not hulls, try get value. Oh, bulk X. Can we just get rid of this part? And then just ask it this. Something like this. Oh wait, we're already asking that. Not cutaways. Oh, fold, I see. We can say has any. We can say we can actually get rid of this part. See what we get here. Ooh, boy. Well, that's already worse, but let's see if it solved the thing we were trying to solve. No, that's a major step backwards is what it is. Hey, Pekarik, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Let's see if it at least fixed the thing we were trying to fix. Nope. Okay, so it was only a step backwards. Oh, I see why that didn't work. I mistook this for talking about the same tile. We actually want a different tile. Think this will work? I might need to re-enable this part down here. I kind of want to go through and evaluate a lot of these rules because I feel like I wrote them and then the requirements changed a little bit in terms of how the texture is set up now. Oop, yep, okay, so that part's wrong for that reason, but did we at least fix the thing we're trying to... Nope, we aren't doing shit. Okay, so... Oh. It's not the cutaways that I think I'm concerned about here. something else. Some other way of describing that. We're right up against the edge. That's not ideal. Yeah, so what's... So there's this slight bleed through here. When do we want this? So we want it to be the same material. Oh, we need to make sure there isn't anything being drawn here. Ah, I understand. I almost had it. I was very close. It actually needs to be, has a cutaway. It needs to have a full deck cutaway at that tile. I think I have to leave this part too, though. Not try and get value with... I think this will plug that gap here. Oh, I made everything a lot worse. But that won't affect the layer below us, will it? I don't think so. I think it's just the top layer. Oh, it is the top layer. Okay, so we need to say there isn't or. So we need to say if the cutaway is there, well, we could say not hulls dot contains key. If we don't care about the value, contains key is better than try get value, right? Like if we're just going to discard the value, might as well just use contains key, I feel. All right, let's see about this. Yeep. Okay, so it's not working below there. Let's see if we've at least fixed the thing that we were trying to fix. Otherwise, there's really no point pursuing this line of thought. Nope, it still hasn't addressed our main issue here. Is this an and or an or? It's like we're erroneously saying, hey, you don't have to draw this line, which is why you see the little blue line up here. And it's because we're now we kind of have more of a bottom-up approach where the underlying tile is the one responsible for setting the outline. And we're doing that so that the underlying tile is not being overwritten by the tile above it, like visually. So we're trying to set it so whatever the lowest tile is in the chain, in terms of like Z indexing and stuff, that's the one that sets whether there's an outline there or not. And that fixes a lot of issues. But we're erroneously, for some reason, this one's like, you can get rid of the outline here. And it's not true. You cannot get rid of the outline here. I hope I have the right section. Yeah, I do. Do we skip this? How do we know to skip this? No, we figure this out for everything. And we don't cut it away, I don't think. No, we cut away whole blocks, not individual faces. So we don't want to draw the outline except when we've hit like a wall. So we want to look at the tile next to us and make sure that that hasn't been, if it hasn't been, or if it has been fully cut away. So that's how we phrase it. So we say, oh, where have I been writing this to? The wrong place, probably, would be my guess. Have I been writing it to here? No. Oh my god, where have I been writing this? Oh, it's here. Right. So if this tile, minus x minus z, has been cut away, okay, good. Then we can consider it. If it has been cut away, or if there just straight up isn't a floor piece there. Oh, no. There isn't a floor piece there. Yeah, okay. Holes.contains key with w equals tile.layers.x minus vector3i.xz. Should this be an or? No, this, or an and? No, it can be an or. I don't think I changed anything, but it's one of these cases where it's like, I feel like this behavior is correct, but it's not, because here... Oh, stupid me. I've been changing the wrong thing this whole time. Dodoy. This rule is correct. It's being applied in the wrong place. I was applying it to the top of the deck plate, not the top of the wall, which we call bulk. So we're Navy. We're Navy men here. We know all the terminology. I actually watched Hunt for Red October last night. I just had it in the background while I was working on this. Some good stuff. I think I'll probably watch the other old Jack Ryan films. I never saw the TV show starring Jim from The Office. I'm sure it's fine. Never saw it. Hey, Nix, thank you for the subscribe at Tier 1 for 4 months. How's it going? Really appreciate that. Alright, so we gotta do the same change. We just gotta apply it to the correct tile, you know what I mean? Down here. So we say no. We say you. Just throw this in here. Oh, having some Twitch troubles. Oh yeah, I feel like we got that same notice like a few days ago. Oh well. No big deal. I'd be happy to read off a list of my subscribers every day. I wouldn't mind. I appreciate it. All right, let's see if I actually fix the thing. Now that I'm, applying the fix in the right spot. It looks like the answer is yes. Sweet. Ooh, that's a little weird. I guess that's fine. All right, so that fix is in place. Great. Let's apply it to the other side, I guess. Just the wrong spot. Yeah, somehow you subbed twice this month. That sounds good to me. Thank you. All right, okay. That issue is solved. So, moving on. There's another issue that we need to resolve. No surprise there. No shortage of issues here. We gotta fix this. You can kind of see an inconsistency if you look at the outer edges of the cutaway on the left and the right side. You can see this issue. I pointed this out. Sorry. I pointed this out a number of times. There's a double thick outline at the top of this and then a single thick outline underneath. And that has to do with the fact that we've removed support for half blocks. So we cannot do that double outline. So we need to stop doing that double outline in this case. And we need that change to cascade all the way up. You know? So what's the battle plan for today? Yeah, I want to finish the edgewise auto tiler rules. I want to get those totally good. I even maybe kind of want to audit them a little bit just to make sure that they're all doing something. My big concern is that I have a bunch of rules in there that don't apply anymore since we've developed the new tile atlas source. Kind of want to encapsulate that functionality a little bit. Missed out on a couple of streams. Don't worry, progress comes slowly here, if it comes at all. Hope you're doing better. Why are there points on the outer walls? Looks like riveting. The doors won't animate here because they're just proxies. They're not the actual door nodes. They're just textures. Those dots you're seeing, those are the corners. So those are the corner pieces. So they're in the tile set atlas texture, but the auto tiler doesn't know when it's allowed to get rid of them. So they're just there. Yeah, so I would like to encapsulate all these different checks here. So that thing I was describing, the initial problem there has to do with the deck X and Y. Those are up here. And that is an issue with that's an X plus 2 issue. Okay. Or it's part of the X plus 2 branch. Here we go. So X plus 2. So we need a different set of rules for when you're allowed to get rid of. Let's look at the bulk plus 2, because the bulk plus 2 is already doing it. The X plus 2 here. This is already doing this. And it's doing it probably by way of this. Let's confirm that. It's probably going to look weird. Yeah, it's already looking a little weird, but it is working. Sort of. Here's a case of a rule that I eliminated that doesn't seem to do anything, but all right. I kind of see what it's doing. It's affecting the full bulk, but for some reason it's not doing anything when there's a half bulk. Well, actually it is. It's not in this mode. Okay, so that rule we actually maybe want to just get rid of. Yeah, that was working correct. So this is a rule we probably want to remove. So this is all we're checking for here. It's nice if we can get rid of a bunch of these rules. It's the last icon for the clipboard looking one. That's the clipboard. So like right now there's just one, but I could imagine there being like more of them showing up. So it's like if I grab a chunk of it, let's just say I grab something here. So if I grab this and I copy it, now it's there. You can see the clipboard's highlighted. But I can change my mind, so I can go back over here to like a different tool, do my thing, and be like, oh, okay, I made this adjustment. Let me go back to what's in my clipboard. And it's still waiting there for you. So yeah, it's just a way of getting back to the clipboard. Which I should probably, if you Control V when you're not having the clipboard selected, it should probably switch you back to the clipboard and immediately paste. Right now, that's not how the behavior works, but that's probably how it should work. You probably shouldn't have to select the clipboard before pasting. I mean, usually it just automatically does that for you when you make a selection, but like if you switch back to something else. Camilla Bryan. Hey, how's it going? I cannot. I will wave at you, Camilla Bryan. You told me you aren't wearing headphones, so I'm gonna accuse you of being a bot right now, since you can't hear me, allegedly. Yeah, next, get the photon torpedoes ready. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's simplify the rules here and see if that helps. X plus 2, so it's this, so we get rid of this condition? Maybe? Okay, that seems to be working. You can notice the line on the right side is thinner than the line on the left side. That's what we want to see. Oh, but it's... You can also see it's missing from this middle part here. That we do not want to see. Oh. Okay. Actually, I wonder if that's just going to be something we have to live with. For consistency. Hey, Pekarik, about raycasts, how do you make them wider? It's like they affect only the tip of the arrow and scaling doesn't help. It's a ray, so... Yeah, it's just a line. However, you don't have to... There's not just a ray cast, there's also... Godot should have a shape cast of some kind. Shape cast 2D. I think you could do that. Your other option would be to send out multiple raycasts. But I think a shape cast would work for you. And you specify like the shape you want to cast. That might help. Make more raycasts in the shape of wide ray, LSDev. I think that could help. It depends on where you're checking, right? Like if you just need 2 on the outer edges, that's probably more economical than doing a shape cast. But if you need like ray casts infinitely like along the distance between the 2 points, like along the whole width of the thing, it's probably better to do a shape cast. Yeah, I think it would depend on what you needed. Shapecast is probably the best, though, without making assumptions about what you're trying to do. Wow, I'm getting added by this bot in the Twitch chat. Yeah, I would go with Shapecast 2D. All right, is there a way we can retain... Do we even care? I'm going to ignore this bot in the chat. Okay, so that outer bit is correct here. Is there like weird consequences in other cases like this? No, that seems fine. So it seems like we'll get kind of weird behavior on the inside of a solid block. Like, what if we did... Well, this actually might be fine. Because of the way we... Here, let me finish this thought here. Let me see if I am okay with all the permutations of this. Only reason I'm a little hesitant to just start deleting auto-tiler rules is like, I feel like it might take me a minute to be able to test all the conditions. How's everyone doing today? What if I removed the wall here? Interesting. Okay, so essentially, we won't get the outline if it's the same hull type. Like, if we're just cutting away this exterior piece, we don't get that outer outline, but it's okay because we still get the inside one. We just don't get both. And I think that's an okay compromise. We already see that behavior inside. You think you saw a bug? You highlighted the inside of the room, but the rest of the picture was of the outside? You mean like something like that? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I think I'm seeing that in a couple different cases. Like, I'm especially seeing that here. I thought it was like a transparency thing, but now I think it's just a Z indexing problem of some kind. Or interesting, weird Y sorting. This sort of thing shouldn't happen. Like, it's okay if it was like this, but yeah, this especially, that should not happen. So yeah, that is a bug. Oh, this person's account was created today or yesterday. It's funny. They seem to have given up. Let the spam bot live for now. Yeah, what is going on here? That's almost certainly some weird Z indexing thing. Alright, let's stay a little focused and correct for the other side here. This... Which one is it? I think it's this one. Okay, we almost got there. kind of want to retain these interior things here. I wonder what's the great way to do that? Oh, it still works here. That's weird. Oh, but it doesn't work inside. I'm losing one of my vertical outlines in the center of this little outcropping here, and I don't want that. No, you spotted a bug, Nyx. I was talking about it. It's what happens when you can do something. Here, I have to hollow it out first. You meant a different one? Okay. Well, one thing at a time. It could also be caused by the same thing. It also seems to be only caused by the walls, which makes me think there's some kind of wall issue. Because I don't have this issue with the floors, which makes me think there's some kind of issue with the sorting for the walls specifically. Because, yeah, I can do this, and I shouldn't be able to do that. Let's see what else. What's the other bug you spotted here? Oh no, that's intentional. When you hover over a block, it highlights the entire block. And that includes the floor of the block. So this sort of thing. So you can see I'm kind of hovering over these points, and if I get to the edge, it shows you that. And the same thing happens if it's like a full thing. But it only happens on the hover over, so there at least isn't this kind of, well, there is a little bit of Y sorting stuff. I want to see about that. Excuse me. Hover, select. Okay, so these layers do render after the other ones. Y sort enabled is not set. That's probably the problem. They should all have Y sort enabled. That might cause some crazy havoc. I really hope not. You only have one leaflet of painkillers left? No, yeah, I'll go back to the doctor. All right, hopefully that weird transparency thing is just gone now. Let's see. Okay, yeah. All good now. Okay, I was wondering about that. I was like, is this like a transparency thing? And that seemed believable to me at the time, but much better. That's an issue. I guess there's nothing we can do about that. That's a compromise we have to make. Actually, what we could do is something here. So why isn't that doing a thing? Oh, there's a masking thing here. Interesting. Does it work if I do this? Yeah. Huh. This line disappears when I go to the half wall cutaway. And I know why I did that, but I want to add it back. Yeah, they're generally very conservative when divvying those out, which is fair. But yeah, sometimes they're a little too conservative. Okay, so we've got consistent outline thickness on the outside. That's good. That's good. So what is the rule that's probably preventing this? It's probably is the thing next to us in the thing. In the mask, excuse me. A little weird that this is black still. You'd think that would get brightened up a little by the outline. Yeah, that is actually kind of weird. Why isn't that doing anything? Make sure the tile set atlas source is correct. It almost certainly is. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Oh, there's a bit of... Yeah. Okay. I think I actually need to add a little bit back here. Let's try this. Let's try adjusting this a little bit. I think the overlap or the Y sorting is killing the overlap across multiple level layers. So the Y sorting is being done correctly now, and it's preventing all of these from having their full effect here. Hey, Leandro. How's everyone doing? I'm doing well. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I'm going out of town this weekend, going on a little vacation. It's going to be nice. We've been working like crazy. I don't know if you saw, but I made a little jam game. When did I do that? A couple weeks ago now. Bare Necessities. It was nice. It was a 72-hour jam. Now we're just kind of working on the regular project. Oops. How are you, Ben? I know work does not let you tune in a lot of the time. What was the jam theme? It was gathering. So we made a cute little game about a bear. Just gathering little fruits and fish and stuff in his yard. It ended up not being much of a game, more of like a little cozy experience, but it was really fun to make. I learned a lot about art. About drawing nature and animating characters and stuff. It was very fun. You've been busy? You adopted a kitty? Oh, that's fun. Well, it might also be like hellish, but it sounds fun. For me, it would be hellish, but that's because I'm deathly allergic to cats. But of all cats, kittens are the most fun for sure. They aren't so crabby yet. What are you doing right now? Why do you need so many variants of this rectangle? These are the floor tiles specifically for the selection overlay, so they're semi-transparent. And because we changed the way the Y sorting works, we need to extend these. I think, because it seems like we're missing part of the overlay because of the Y sort. So this is my test of that. I'm just extending these back. It's a mix of the two. It's unfortunate that we need to extend this. We extend it with the hover and it creates this nice crosshatch look, which I really like. I didn't exactly want it with the selection, so I didn't include it, but I think we need to add it back. Because I think it's being a little weird. I think the thing is the tile in front is like overriding the... I actually don't totally understand, but Y sorting is annoying, so I'm not trying to understand it. I'm just going to try to work around it. The total sum of like Z-index influences are kind of, can be tricky when you have this many tile map layers that interact with each other and overlap. All right, let's try this. Okay, well now we still get this thing, which is a little annoying. Not exactly what I want. Also, I must have missed one. Or we have some rules that I don't know about. So hold on a second. Does this actually fix the thing I was talking about? Weird stuff is happening. Oh. Oh. That's not good. So now what if I drag a wall across here and I try to select across the wall? That's fine. Ah, here we go. Okay, so now it's doing the thing I want it to do. You know, I'm actually okay with this. But what we need to do is we need to figure out why this... Did I miss a piece or is it an auto-tiling rule? It could be an auto-tiling rule. Either one is fairly likely. Oh, I missed a piece. Oh, I missed a couple of pieces. Oopsies. A few pieces even. All right, so we're gonna leave. So we have this, like, you can kind of see the grid appears here, and it's this edgeless overlay that's causing that when I do like this. And originally it disappeared when we switched to the selection, but now we're just gonna leave it because it solves some issues. Oh, come on now. Oh, I probably didn't. I always do this. I export a file and I fail to open the editor. I wonder if there's a way to force the background import of assets so I don't have to open the editor. Doesn't look like it. Editor import. Port missing. Use multiple threads. Atlas max width. Oh. Interesting. Doesn't look like I can tell it to just automatically do that, which is fine. It would have been nice. Well, these are project settings. I probably want editor settings. I don't know why there's separate things here, but I do understand why, actually. So is there a way to tell this thing? That I want it to import stuff in the background? Probably not. Import. Nope. Just stuff for Blender and FBX. Okay. I can live with it. All right, we're getting ads. Get ready. Get ready to be sold something. Right, what am I doing? Oh yeah, testing to see if that loaded correctly. It probably did. It probably did. So some lines are gone now. So these lines in the middle here, you can kind of see this like book shape that's highlighted. There should be a vertical line running straight up the middle, but the problem is if I do that, we get some double outlines elsewhere that we don't want. This is interesting too. The bulk doesn't draw its bottom outlines pretty much ever. We gotta fix that too. Music's so relaxing, might take a nap. Yeah, this is a fun one. I'm playing something a little different today. This is our guitar radio. Diginanigans, what were you poking around hoping to find? I was poking around to hope to get because the annoying thing that I have is I rarely launch the game from in the Godot editor. I'm usually in Writer. And so I'll be bouncing back and forth from Asprite to Writer, and I'll like export a file in Asprite, go to Writer and launch the game. But that won't work because the asset won't be updated unless I bring up the Godot editor window. So I was looking for a setting or something that just tells that might unlock that functionality for me, but I understand maybe why it doesn't do that. Why it's not like constantly like monitoring for file changes to re-import. It would be nice. I'm sure there are concerns about doing that. Godot importing system is weird. It is a little. But yeah, I kind of just wanted it to be automatic. I wanted to not have to bring up the window for it to do it, but it's fine. The only reason I launch the game from Writer a lot is when I launch it from Writer, it's a standalone window that I can then do stuff with. And when I launch it in Godot, it launches embedded. And that's on purpose. I set it up to launch embedded. I could easily change it to say, launch it as a separate window. So, because I want to do this sometimes. Sometimes I want to play around and I want to like get the remote tree inspector going and I want to like mess around in here. But only sometimes. So it doesn't make sense to change the editor to launch it as a standalone window. Leandro, you have an open issue. For you, it gets to a memory starvation crash when you re-import Blender stuff. You have to do those in batches, so annoying. Oh, that's weird. I've not had to import stuff from Blender a lot. Be interesting to see if Diginanigans has ever run into that. Diginanigans, you find that kind of annoying too, the weird caching logic on their end? Yeah. I mean, I like an app that's not doing things when I'm not using it. Like, I hate it when I try to shut down my computer and, like, the Logitech Options app comes up and is like, hold on a second. We're not ready to restart your computer yet. And it's like, what the fuck are you? Logi Options Plus? Get out. Of course, it doesn't tell me that it's Logi Options Plus. All it says is the program T is busy right now. Like, literally the program lowercase t with nothing else on it. You know, I have to go figure out what that means. Like, so yeah, I appreciate a program that's not constantly like running in the background waiting for something to happen. But in this specific case, it's what I want. Diginanigans, you've had Godot struggle with your .vox files with the old plugin you used, but that was on 4.4. Doesn't seem to be having the issue in 4.5, as far as you can tell. Maybe you got to try 4.5, Leandro. Maybe they fixed it. I mean, I feel like they would respond to your issue if they fixed it, but... All right, we're changing some rules. We're changing some rules. What rules are we changing here? I want to think of a way that I can get this. This is such a stupid thing that I should not. My complaint is that when... Here's my complaint, and it's the dumbest complaint, and it'll almost never happen in the wild. Outside of the editor tool. Oh, I don't know what that was. Which is that if I like fill up the space fully, I don't see... You see the middle line here for the block, which is like the close edge. But when you're doing this kind of thing, this carve out, you don't see it. And if I could come up with a little rule that covers this case, but doesn't mess up these, it could be pretty cool. Because it's almost never going to matter. Because most of the time when you're using the cutaway system, you're going to be in-game, and the in-game cutaway system is compartment-based. You're almost never going to be doing this sort of thing. And when you are, it's very unlikely that you're never going to have this sort of situation outside of the editor tool. Like, this just doesn't happen. You're going to be navigating a space like this. Or maybe you'll be looking at something like this. If you're trying to like mouse behind the thing and I allow for that, which I think I will, because it's possible that like your ship might have like different stacks and they're separate, but they're like behind each other. So you might have to look behind this section to like look into another section. I don't quite know how. I need to have some bigger constructs that are more compound before I can like figure out how that's going to work. But so far this looks okay here. I want to fix this too. So if we do this, I talked about this selection thing. When I kick in the half wall, it stops. This vertical line here just goes away. I don't like that. I know these are super nitpicky, but I just want to be done with edges. I want to be done with the edges auto tiling rules. I'm actually going to kind of audit them, I think, and like turn some of them off and make sure that they actually still do something that I want. Because we have changed a lot about how the tiles work. Because it used to be the tile overlapping priority was top down, but we switched it to be bottom up. So I think some of our rules might not do anything, or actually might even be running counter to what we actually want to achieve now. So I just want to get all of those edge rules figured out. Maybe hide them behind like some encapsulated functions of like override edge X or something like that. I don't know what we would call it. And then you can hide some of these rules. And then when you're in the function, you can just like, or when you're in the larger function, you're not staring at like this block of like auto tiling rules. It's starting to stress me out having to see those all the times. Okay, well, we want to fix this rule. This one should be easy. This one's like, what's interesting is it doesn't, we get the correct behavior here. When it's not a masked thing, when it's not a selection mask. So I think I know where we need to add the exception. I'm just not quite sure what the exception is here. It could be hull type, but that's not exactly what I want either. Because yeah, we don't want to introduce a black outline here because we're cutting the wall fully. We only want this, we only want it when it's this kind of edge. So maybe we just ask if the thing in front of us is the same level of cut as us. And if it's not, we introduce it. So we just say x minus 1. Is the x minus 1 cutaway the same as our cutaway? Actually, that wouldn't be it either, huh? Yeah, there's a carve out here. I just got to find and remove it. That would be the bulk. Bulk Y is what we've been testing, so that's where we'll do it. And that would be mapping wise. I'm glad I wrote this mapping guide because I'm like, I forget this constantly. So the Y map left border is x plus 1. Okay. X plus 1. This x plus 1 thing is long, but that's because there's no overlapping side to side. The only overlapping is top to bottom. So the side to side thing is more complicated. Kind of counterintuitively, it seems to be the case. So I think down here, at the end of the day, we're like, if there's no mask, and the mask has the next tile, that's the thing that's saving us, or this is saving us when we're not in that mode, when we're not in the mask mode, which a mask is just shorthand for I'm an overlay and I have like an additional set of criteria for like what blocks are contained or not contained. And right now there's really just support for one mask. So we have a bunch of other rules though. I could try to get rid of some of these. I feel like I should read them and like try to understand what they mean first, but I could also just disable them and see what they do. Hard to say which one's faster at a certain point. You can see how many rules we got rid of in some of the other cases. I'm suspicious of this, of just how mighty this is. So what we're kind of looking at, we're looking at the minus X. So if not cutaways, minus X has half block. So we check to see if it's not a full block. If it's a full block, cutaway next to us, then yeah, we need to draw the line. If it's not a half bulk cutaway next to us, or it's the same cutaway, Not. Oh. I think we need it to change to this. I think all we really care about is the other cutaway the same as ours? There's an additional thing we would need to check, but I think this is a thing that we could check. So we also need to check yeah, this plus y minus x thing. This also matters. So this checks the like diagonal point, and that's what lets us know if we're at a T-junction. We also need to check that. So if we're at a T-junction, then our criteria is there is no bulk X tile there, or the cutaway there and the cutaway there is the same. Interesting. And there's a cutaway there, and the cutaway is the same. That's not right. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think we actually want to test that. All right. Okay, I've identified something I don't like. Let's see what it does. Let's see why I wrote it there. I'm sure I had a good reason. That's the other thing, too, is when we wrote these rules, we were also trying to do more. Like, we supported the half-bulk outline. We don't have a half-bulk outline anymore. We don't allow an outline to go partway down a block and then stop. It has to go all the way or not be there at all, which is why we've had to change some of the rules. Okay, well, that's busted. Does it fix the one issue we're trying to fix, though? Aha! Okay, so it fixes the one issue we're trying to fix. It's just busted in another case. Okay. Ooh, okay. So it's bad there. So it needs to be, our cutaway here needs to be the same. That's not right either. But that's a different line. We're talking about a different line there. All we're interested in right now is these two lines. So this case, you can kind of see what I meant about the problem. When I cut down to the half wall, that outline sticks around. It needs to be coming from the other side, which is fine. We can set that up because we've got that working on this side. So when I cut down this side, you can see the wall that's getting cut in half. It continues to maintain its outline, but the other side stops. That's the correct behavior. That's the behavior that we want. It doesn't quite... The problem is getting it to do this is also causing it to do this. Or preventing it from doing this might be the better term. So we could probably put an or in here, and we could say, or if the thing in front of us has a cutaway, Do I need to check? Do I need to control all cases? Yeah, I need to control this case too. So it's like if it has a cutaway, just don't. I think is the lesson. Don't render it. Although there is one case we would render it. It's like if it's cut away and it's not cut away the same amount, don't render it. Okay. I understand the rule. So this can be, or there's a cutaway here, and it's the same. So we take that not equal and we make it equal. I don't know if this should be nested here necessarily. Excuse me. Hey, Bad Cop, what did you make for D2 Jam? You fell off the planet. I made that. I made Bernard in Bare Necessities. I'll show it for a second. It's not it ended up not really being terribly much. I'll show it if Itch lets me show it. Itch seems to be just having a hard time ever since Silk Song came out. Itch has been not doing well. You remember the bear and the apple? Yeah, that's what I made. I ended up, it wasn't supposed to be a game. It was supposed to be more of an idle game, so it's really kind of shit to play. But it's a nice little experience. All right, I guess I'm not showing it on stream because it just won't load. Okay. But yeah, it was fun. I ran out of time. I ended up having to like cut audio. And yeah, I don't provide the player any feedback for clicking on anything, which ended up being kind of a huge problem, but I had a weird experience with the feedback I was getting. You were just hanging out with EXO? That sounds cool. Oh, we got some Hemogroovin emotes now from Rinks. That's great. Yeah, I had a weird experience where it was like I put the game out, the jam ends. The feedback was valid. There was just an interesting trajectory to like the sentiment of the feedback where it like started out really low. And I think it's because the only people that were playing it when it first, you know, when the jam first ends, everyone that's playing it is like rushing through. They're like, I want to play and rate as many games as possible. They're like, you know, it's like people try-harding, you know, trying to get high scores and stuff. And this game is like, doesn't give you any feedback, is like not really a game. It's more of just like a little cozy experience. And so people were like, it's too slow. Nothing's happening. That's kind of how Plant was. Yeah. And so I think that was like an audience mismatch, kind of a little bit of like what jammers and streamers expect. But now that people have been playing them more and they've been playing it at like more of a relaxed pace, now the feedback I'm getting is a lot more positive now because the people that are playing through are not in a hurry. They're in like a headspace where they're down to kind of just chill for a minute on something. And so now the feedback is a lot better. And that's been really nice. So I had this weird emotional kind of roller coaster of it where I was like, oh, it's shit. No one likes it. Or people like the art. The art has been pretty well reviewed overall, which makes me pleased because that's where all my fucking time went. But I thought I just didn't nail the experience. But now I'm feeling more like it was more of a vibe mismatch. So I feel better about it now. But I don't think I would make a cozy game for a jam again. I think I would only do that if that was like kind of the vibe or the theme of the jam itself. If that was the expectation, I think I'm going to go back to just making infinite score chasers. Pomo didn't like Plant. Now he's always like, when is Plant 2? That's so funny. Yeah. I should have known because this is like the score chasers crowd. I'm like, there's no score, there's no anything. So yeah, I'll probably go back to defaulting towards doing like an infinite score chaser kind of game when I do a jam. But it's still probably my favorite jam game I've made so far, even though it's not much of a game. It feels very visually coherent. I'll probably go back and I will fix some of the player feedback stuff around. I'll probably add some kind of click feedback so that you know where you're clicking and like what's happening and what's gonna happen, because the bear is so slow. It takes him forever to do anything. I'll probably do that. That's probably the only thing I'm gonna add for that, for like changing the gameplay. And then I'll probably add like some ambient audio and maybe a song or two. I want to add some audio to it, and I want to fix the issue where the player doesn't get any feedback. Yep, still not loading on itch. Yeah, well, rip itch. Hanging out with Exo sounds fun though. I'm going out of town this weekend with some friends, and we're just gonna play board games and hang out. I'm not gonna work at all. It's gonna be so nice after what feels like an entire summer of like 60-hour work weeks. It's gonna be nice to just not do anything for a couple days. All right, so this is the rule that I think fixes it. Oh yeah, I changed the condition. Let's see if that actually worked. I don't know if that can be an or. That might still need to be an and, but let's try it. You know what would probably have helped me is like drawing out like a visual description of how these rules work, of how the auto tiling rules work, instead of just trial and error like this. Well, that's still busted in that case. I don't know how much I want to protect against this case of like you're in a fully solid block thing. Because I actually think this is going to be illegal soon. Because right now I'm able to print out entire volumes, but I think that's not going to be the workflow anymore. Like, soon the workflow is going to be when you try to place a wall, it's not going to let you do this. It's not going to let you place a rect, I guess. Any kind of rectangle. It's going to force you to just do a wall. So when you make a room now, once I implement this requirement, you're going to have to do stuff like this. And the builder won't let you do things like this anymore. That's a rule change I'm going to make. Partly because the cutaway system can't handle these areas. So I don't know if I should be writing the auto tiler rule to be handling illegal formations. I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't probably waste time adding auto tiler rules for that. In fact, what I should do is probably set up that limiter. But to do that, I need a system that validates whether a block placement can occur before it's allowed to occur. And that is going to be a whole thing. So I'm going to forgive myself for not having done it. Okay, this is wrong. I can already tell this is instantly wrong. Or is it? Actually, this might not be wrong. I mean, part of this... Oh. What am I going to do about that? I actually think that's fine. That's not wrong at all. Okay, cool. What about this? What do we do here? Okay, that didn't help at all. What about this? And this? Oh, that busted. That broke something. Boy. Shenanigans. Or you just make it so that it draws the outer walls and leaves the inner ones empty. It's the behavior you would personally expect. When you click and drag, you draw a three-dimensional shape, you draw a room, not a solid chunk of walls. Yeah, that's actually probably... I used to have that functionality. We used to be able to do that long ago. I think back when this was all running through GDScript. and it was all being recorded directly into a tile map. We used to be able to draw rooms like that. Yeah, that's correct. That's how the behavior should be. The only hitch is it needs to not let you draw a room that's 2x2. And by 2x2, I mean like literally a solid block of walls that forms a 2x2 cube. That has to be not allowed. That's the forbidden shape. All right, so this is not doing what I intend it to do. So this is saying if you can't get a hull, if there's no opposite hull, if there's no hull opposing us, then that's a case when we're allowed to drop the outline. But if there is a hull opposing us, we still need to drop the outline if okay, no, that we need to, this needs to be not equals. Because if our cutaway, if they're cut away in a different way than we are, then we need to drop our cutaway. Okay, well, I've gotten back to where I started, which is not great. But now I know, now I'm confident in that one set of conditionals. Yeah, I guess I really shouldn't worry about what it looks like to do this, because this is just never going to happen. So I'm going to stop sweating this. We might actually drop some rules. Although it is... No, yeah, I guess it wouldn't be possible to do that. You're never going to have these solid blocks. It's only going to be rooms, so I should only test rooms. And I should probably get rid of some rules that I've written just for the purpose of those. So let's see what happens here now. So that's so far so good. What about this? So far so good. What about this? No. Oh, so it's if... So it's okay if... So the case that we need to look for, we need to say, is there a cutaway? And is that cutaway this exact matchup, which is... So there's exactly one matchup that we want to remove. So we need to say this. And it's this matchup. It's this case where the block in front of us is a half bulk and we are not. If they're a half bulk and we aren't, we need to cut the outline. Oh, we are doing that. Huh. Oh, we aren't doing it here though. We're doing it here just fine. Okay, oh, we're dropping it if they aren't equal. But what we need to do is we need to say we drop it if this is a half bulk and we're a full bulk. Or we also need to drop it in this case if they're a full bulk. So it's basically if we have a cutaway, we need to drop it. No. Or we need to keep it. If they have a cutaway, we need to drop it. Unless that cutaway is the same. Okay. Oh, my head is spinning with auto tiling rules. All right, so here we say, is there a cutaway there? So if there is a cutaway there, we specifically want to make sure that our cutaway is the same. Oh no, if it's the same, we want to keep the outline. If it's not, we want to get rid of it. Except, is try get always going to return true for this? I think it will. Maybe not. Contains coords. Value coords. But contains is just like a spatial thing. Yeah. I should probably switch this to getter default. Because the try get thing is never going to be false for the... Well, maybe it will be, actually. So we might be at the edge of the buffer. If we're at the edge of the buffer. Oh, that actually might give us the wrong behavior if we're at the edge of the buffer. Oh no, it will be fine because we're checking to see if it's not present. So if we're edge of the buffer, we get that not. And then this or is just the if there is a wall. So we're checking to see the perpendicular matchup. So we're evaluating this one based on its neighbor here. So when its neighbor is cut away like this, we need to remove the outline. But if we're cut away, we want to keep our outline. So that's the trick. So kind of either way here, what we can do is we can say... So we need to check its cutaway. We need to say, we can say and adjacent cut dot has. Is there an is empty or something? No. Has any cutaway dot extents dot full bulk or cutaway half bulk. So if it's either of these, we need to be done. That might work. Let's try that. Okay, I think this is working now. Yep, we get rid of that outline. We need to pop the other one back in for the half wall, but that's a different tile. The correct test for that is over here. And it seems to be working. All right. Cool. We got it. We figured it out. Now let's move that rule to the other side, to the opposite tile. Make sure that it all works together. Oh, I wanted to check one more thing. Shenanigans, you're getting yourself all kinds of confused between the JS way to parse file stuff, the C# way to do it, and the Godot specific way to do it. Yeah. It's really annoying when you're... I was talking to someone about serialization stuff yesterday, and I was like, honestly, I don't think any of my serialization is going to touch any aspect of Godot. I think it's just going to be all in C# land. Although I will, handling stuff like new texture atlases and stuff is a different beast. Oh, why do I get different behavior up there versus down here? That's curious. Huh. Interesting. So what I wanted to check was this last little thing here. I want to check to see if I had a full cutaway, what that did. So that works. What if I do this? Cool. That's what you want to see. Same there. Great. I guess that already worked. What about this? Cool. All right, let's copy this over to the opposite wall. I have introduced some kind of weird degenerate issue, but it's in a very particular place, and I think we can ignore it because it's in that solid block mess that I said is not legal. I feel like I need to audit these rules because I feel like we have a set of rules up here that are very similar to our other rules. Like here we check to see that these both have the same cutaway. You know that's going to send me on a tangent to like remove the ability to make those shapes. Oh, it seems to be fine. Until I do this. So weird. Is that because it's a deck cutaway? Can I do like a has any undefined here. What if I don't pass anything into has any? What does it do? Oh, it works. Cool. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, I guess. Did I just run this twice? Weird. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to test. I think I fixed it, but did I break it? I fixed one part of its behavior, but did I break any other parts of its behavior by trying to fix it? That's the mystery. Where is it falling apart because I tried to do something fun? Seems to be doing all right, though. Oh, interesting. I kind of see a problem. Yeah. Okay. Can I fix it like this? Hey, Arneo. Where's the collision layers do what I tell you, Node 2D? That's asking for a lot. All right, what if I only test for this? I actually don't know where I'm testing. What am I testing this in? Bulk X? Okay. I see. So I think my fix for the that weird interior case specifically breaks the regular case. That seems to be what's happening. Oh yeah. Oh, oh. Oh yeah, I can't do anything about that, huh? Let me see what we got going on here. I'm going to leave it like that. It's kind of going to be broken for the interior, for like the solid interior. But again, I don't think I should be designing around that case anymore. How's it going, Arneo? Okay, I guess this is how I want the behavior to work, huh? I think I could add a different condition here, but it would apply only to selection overlays, and I kind of don't want to add a ton of behavior like that. I think I can just live. I think I can just live without that. Oh, here it should kick in here, though. Maybe. I'm going to just leave it and say it's okay. I'm going to say it's good enough. Yeah, because that's going to happen anyway. Doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. I think it's fine. Is it consistent? Is it consistent enough? I think so. Excuse me. All right. So that's fine. I just trust the rest of these rules are pretty good. I'm going to start cleaning up all these ones we've stopped using. So we don't use this anymore, in which... oh, excuse me. In which case this can be a contains key. We're not actually checking anything anymore. Hold on a second here. How's this work? This and this, or this. All right, that's fine. All right, we did simplify the rules a lot, which is good. Let's continue to do that. I actually want to try to get rid of... I think we have a reference to a block in here, like to the block buffer. I want to get rid of that. Somebody here is using the block buffer, and I would like to not. Because there's going to eventually be a rule where I feel like we might need to make copies of some of this stuff, and I would like to limit the amount of that we need to do. That's probably not what we're actually going to do. We'll probably just have like barriers, like system barriers. I don't know. I have a function that I have a feeling is going to operate over multiple frames, which is the flood fill. Unless I can get it parallelized. I think it would be better to parallelize it so that it runs in a single frame. Digit Hinnigans, it was you. You're using the block buffer. You released your file lock. You can have it back. Thank you. Thank you for that. Wait, who's using this? Is anyone using it? Somebody must be. Yeah, you are. GetDeck Z-Tile is using it. Oh, we use it to prevent a door thing. Can I answer that a different way, though? Can I say, and not doors? Contains key.xyz. Or is it just key with... Why the hell is the doors thing a vector 4? Whatever. W. Seems a little silly that it works that way, but... Alright, if that's our only use... Can also be a contains key because we're not using the result. Why are we checking this? Why does this matter? If hulls contains key, tile.layers.bulk z. Oh, I guess that just tells us there's a bulk above us. All right, that's fine. So we can get rid of these. Joy. Like, I don't mind passing in the block buffer, but we have so much other information. I feel like we have all the hull data, which is like layer specific, but it's derived directly from the block data. So like, why do we need both? Especially because, you know, I have to pass this stuff around everywhere. I'd rather not do that if I didn't have to, you know? You don't use block data, do you? Oh. Key W switch. Oh, we can just do the same thing here. We can say doors contains key. We can say key with... I'm gonna check this out. Doors. Why is doors a vector 4i? But why exactly? Doors, vector 4i, relative position, int tile, tile.layers.door. Yeah, I think we know it's a door. If it's in, like, the door thing. We can just say relative position. And forget this door layer thing. We're even putting it in the hall data. Why? Probably for iterative purposes. But yeah. The specific doors thing does not need that. Hey, pandas. Oh, 11 months. Happy. Thank you for the subscription. The message. Happy Friday. Thank you. Appreciate that. Did I win the game jam? I don't know yet. The rating period ends on Sunday. So I will know my rank on Sunday, my ranking. I don't think I'm going to do particularly well. I am an ODA, which is like a very limited category with pretty strict rules, which helps. Secretly, I would hope for a decent placement in at least the art category. And then I have no expectations for any of the others. Like, I don't know how people are going to feel about the emotional delivery of Bare Necessities. Probably not great considering it doesn't have any music in it. But it's all right. I'm not going to sweat that part, I don't think. Fingers crossed. Thanks. Thanks, pandas. Happy Wednesday. Second in line for Friday. If Friday dies, then Thursday becomes Friday. And then if Thursday dies, then Wednesday can finally become Friday. So. It's like whoever comes after the Crown Prince of Wales. Which I don't know. I don't know who comes after that. Probably the son of the prince. But I ain't no loyalist or royalist. I don't know all this stuff. All right, what are we doing? Oh, changing the type, the doors type here. So vector 3i key. You don't need to tell us your layer type. We know you're a door. Let's stop passing the preview blocks in because we don't want that anymore. Go back down here, fix whatever else is in here. We don't have to say key width. We can just say key.xyz. We don't have to ask has either. We can just ask not doors.contains key. A little silly that it looks like I have a door layer, for the selection overlays. I should probably use that if I have it. Maybe not. I don't know. It seems like a waste. I guess if it's an empty tile map layer, it doesn't really matter. All right, there's one more error. Oh, it's this key width shit here. We don't need this. Contains key dot xyz. All right, that's looking all right. Some errors down here somewhere in the door area. Key dot xyz. All right, let's see what we did. Crash. I'm gonna miss being able to just make these solid blocks. But yeah, I think that actually, before we implement the rule that says you can't assemble these things, I think it would be better just change what click dragging something like that where it looks like. Just add the functionality back. Oh, I missed this for the longest time. There's no outline when you just have a wall by itself right now. That's a mistake. I noticed that when I accidentally put a wall down at the end here. But you can see it even when we're just floating around. Everything looks okay. Doesn't look like I broke anything. Guess I should try to place some doors. Everything seems all right. Huh, that's kind of weird. There's a weird outline thing happening when you cut away part of a door, but I don't know if I care a ton. That's another thing that's like almost never going to come up. All right, let's check our weird little edge cases here. Should make sure they all still behave correctly. Oh, that's unfortunate. You can kind of see what's happening with the door right now. It's a Y sorting conflict. Oh man, we're going to have a problem with that the whole time, huh? I guess we need to remove that part of the door. I don't know. That's such a weird edge case. Probably should, at least for this mode. For at least the proxies. Should probably remove that. And then we'll have to figure out an alternative. Whoa. Yeah, there's some weird Y sorting here. I need to redraw the proxies to actually be the individual chunks here. I need to cut them up into even pieces. Right now they're not even pieces, and that's causing some problems. So we need to cut them up into even pieces, and we need to erase the bottom line of them. Okay. All right, let's do that. I also eventually need to add in the opposite versions of the doors, which isn't like the mirror image so much as it's the opposite side of the door. I'm not going to do that right now, though. But I will probably try to fix them insofar as I think I need to slice these differently. The single doors are fine, but let's fix the double doors here. So this needs to not be part of this. This needs to move over. Whoa. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. This needs to be more like this. In which case, I guess we can just do stuff like this. Technically, I could erase this whole thing here. And I probably actually want it to be like this. Kind of just need it to look like that, honestly. But now maybe we do want this in here. Maybe without this black line, though. I don't know. Who knows? I don't. I think that's fine. I'm gonna move some of this piece over here. This is gonna be annoying. this. Now like this. It's going to make this kind of hard and annoying to generate these proxies, but we'll figure out what we actually need and just do that. This'll work better. Like that. All right. Now I should be able to just... Oh, this should be able to... This should compress the tiles I actually need too. This should make this a much smaller file, which is good. Might actually move it back onto its own thing. Because it could just be like... I'll move them after. I'm gonna redraw them and then I'll move them. We're doing this to make sure the Y sorting renders these correctly when they're in tile form. Diginanigans, you think you've ported your Vox parser logic properly? Now to port the greedy meshing logic and figure out what you were messing up with the UVs. Yeah, it sounds like the UVs are the real mystery at the moment. But good luck. At the moment, can I just take this? Oops. Whoa. Hold on a second. What is happening? Oh, I copied the whole effing layer. I always do that. So yeah, so if I go to the Y door double outer, which is this, if I delete the contents of this, and I just copy this over from here, oi. Mouse I use has this one particular annoying characteristic where it gets stuck. If it gets stuck on something, it just starts spam clicking. Where is this supposed to go? Like here? What if I flip it? It's almost right. Oh no, that is right. Cool. All right, I had these on here just because it was, I was utilizing the extra space. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that once they're compressed down to this size. Again, I did this on the wrong layer. Love it. Love to see it. It's going to make it hard to understand what the heck this is, but it's all right. Maybe I should do certain things like not bother to render the front part of the door. Like maybe I should let the bulk handle the maybe I should let the bulk handle like these sides to it. And only worry about the door layer rendering the actual section of the door here. That's maybe the right way to do it. So we also have to get rid of this part. Forgot about that. Yeah, what if I just start scrapping parts of this? I think for now I'll keep them as these cubic sections, but I think I would like to change it to make it more in line with the way the rest of this works. Because then I could just have a system that takes like quote-unquote pictures of the full door. Like it breaks the door up itself and it just builds these little door proxy images. Because for now I'm just going to have to build these myself. Which is not ideal, but it's fine. I put these in the wrong place. Maybe. No? Why does this look so weird then? Oh, because it extends up past where the other one went, right. All right, now these triple doors, I need to take these extra bits here and move them into this middle section because we're getting these weird Y sorting errors. And that's just something we need to fix. The easiest thing to do would probably be to grab this and like do this. Then grab this whole chunk here. Bring it back over here. I think I got it slightly wrong. No, it's supposed to be like this. I grab this whole thing, move it back over here. I can slice off this part. Like that. It's small though. Why is it so small? I think I need to see what the door looks like when it's completed. I'm getting confused. Show me the triple door. All right. Why do you look weird? Oh, it's because you extend up like that. You are supposed to be short. Okay, I understand now. Okay, so we have that. I can rebuild this part from like this, I guess. Well, I guess I could actually rebuild it from this. And then I take this chunk, I put it here, like that. I can do this again. It looks weird, but it's correct. I should probably put it in the right spot, though. Not that it matters. We're going to change this in a second here. Where does this extend to? One set over. Is that helpful to me? No, it's not. It's like this or something? Maybe something like that. All right, cool. Now I gotta do the same thing with this bottom chunk.
Maximum warp.
Maximum warp, no Joel. How's it going? Okay, I've split these up into even sections now, which the Y sorter will like. We'll still need these separate divisions for like the actual node, like the animating door node, but because we're just talking about the tile proxies for edit time, this is fine. And in fact, I could get rid of a lot of this, but we'll keep it for now. And I'll rearrange this probably too. Probably put it back on its own tile set atlas rather than shoehorning it in here, but I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. There's really nothing else to do with the extra space here, and I have to pay for it anyway, so... Or I might as well pay for it anyway, just to make this a power of 2. All right, now we can copy and paste this to the others. I know I could do the opposites of these with like just an alt tile, but in theory, I need the... Actually, in theory, what I need is not the opposite of this. I need the follow through. Like this one's S curve should look... We need a reverse side of like this one. And so the S curve would be going the other way from this, I think. That's my understanding. That I need to draw. But for the meantime, we're just going to have these as an alternative. All right, now we can really pack these in here. should probably have rearranged these before I rebuilt them, but whatever. Only reason we're really fixing this is so that the overlays have the correct... Because the overlays don't work on this model. It would be one thing if we changed the way the overlays work, but I think we'd still have the issue. I think it's better to just carve these up into block-sized pieces for now. I think we're going to have some more Y sorting issues with these, which is why I think I need to get rid of some of the extra. I think I need to get rid of this extraneous bit here. You can just tell the faces to draw these, the appropriate bulk faces to draw these hidden faces instead of hiding these in here. But for now, let's just do it like this. If it becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. All right, almost done. Then we just gotta redo the tile set a little bit. Set it up for this new Atlas source. Yeah, okay. And that's nice. That worked out all right. I could put this on its own sheet, but I'm just gonna leave it here. It matches for now. All right, let's fix these. Yoink. Door proxy layer. Single door is fine. Ooh, I could add alt tiles for all of these instead of just defaulting to the single. It doesn't matter. All right, let's fix this. So this is 30. 2 by 32. And then we just got to fix all of these to be the same. 0, 12. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice and simple. Well, this is easy. I gotta change the margin a little bit here. What is the margin now? 250. Wait. Oh, that's the horizontal margin. The vertical margin is 256, 128. There we go. Change all these to 0, 12. There we go. Rock and roll. Would we have room for the quad door if we ever supported a quad door? We would. That's fun. Not that I'm promising the quad door. You'll never get the quad door. It's like the pawn shop meme. Best I got is a triple door. Actually, secret spoilers for Lo-Fi Flyby. I'm looking at making a 3x2 door. A triple door that's double tall for the blast door, for the cargo bay blast door. Thinking about it, working on it. Could be cool. Haven't quite figured out how I want to do that, but time to clip out of context. I see. I'm promising the quad door. I see. Well, I provided you an opportunity to do it right there. Three by two sounds like a good compromise. Yeah. From a technological standpoint, I could do a 3x3. I won't, because that's insane. But yeah, 3x2 seems like that might be fun. I'm a little worried I'm making the cargo bay too big. But I want to try it. I want to see what it looks like. The main idea of Lo-Fi Flyby being that, like, you start out in, like, the Serenity when it's, like, basically bare bones. Like, no crew, no accoutrement, no decorations, really. And it's, like, an idle game, and you, like, do cargo runs and stuff, and you get more stuff that you can fill the place with. You get more crew members, maybe, even, that can run around and do their little thing. I don't know. I was talking to somebody today about setting it up as like a Pomodoro timer, like the way DevDuck's idle game is. Or at least having a Pomodoro timer mode where, like, it's like an idle game like that. And the loop was already, the pilot sets course, like falls asleep, wakes up, reach the destination, and then like offload and load new cargo. We could have the like offload, we could have the main work, the focus timer, the Pomodoro focus timer be the flying part. And then when that part's over, we can reach the destination and do the cargo loading and offloading as like the break part of the timer. And then it goes back to the work cycle. I think that could be kind of interesting too. And you could do a number of things by like changing the ambience when you're in focus mode. Like maybe don't play too much music or something, except when we're in the break mode or something. I don't know. I think that could be interesting. All right, let's see if I did this correctly. Okay, it seems to be good. The overlap is correct. There's no weird selection artifacts anymore. Oh, that's a little weird. Why is that not happening? Oh, I need to make one more adjustment here. Which is that these actually need to be erased. Alright. Well, I think this was a pretty productive day. No, it doesn't feel like we got that much done, but it's alright. It's little gains, you know? Little by little. Oh, this is very wrong. But I went back to fix this. Left an outline here. It'd be better to like do something like this. Come on. Just drag this. Ah, okay. What if I did this and then erased? Oh, this isn't better. It doesn't, that didn't feel better. It's a good try though. I think if I had access to more of my tools, that would have been okay. I'm doing this with the mouse right now. All right, I'm going to finish these adjustments here. That'll probably be it for today. Tomorrow, maybe we'll actually get working on the corners. I'd like to, I know I said I wanted to clean up the edgewise rules, and we have. I bet there are some more we could get rid of, but I think before I go on this little mini vacation here, I would like to finish that stuff. Like have the auto tiler rules complete at least. Have all the corner cases covered. Then we can come back and organize it another time. Do I actually want this here? Yeah, I do. wonder if I want the X triple above the Y. No, I don't. All right. I think that's it for that. Publish that. Ship it. Test it. Maybe not here, so I can actually see. Well. All right, let's throw up some doors. Make sure that the overlap is all resolved. Door. Door. Yoink, yoink. Yoink. Oh, the bottoms. Crap. All right, I'm going over time here. And I'm going to fix that later. We're at 3 hours, and I gotta go. This was fun. One last little change I gotta make to those doors. Gotta erase its little feet. But other than that, we're good. We're in good shape. All right. This has been fun. Appreciate everyone hanging out today. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Approximately the same same work. Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Maximum warp.